Toledo is one of the most beautiful medieval cities in the world, named by World Geography. It was once the capital of Spain hundreds of years ago, before Madrid. Because of this, Toledo became one of the most important cities in Spanish history. I'm Chong Fan, and today we're going to visit a famous city of Spain, Toledo. It was the capital of Spain until 1561, and it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site until 1986. Toledo's history goes back more than 2,000 years. It was first an important city for the Romans around 192 BC. Later, during the 6th century, it became the capital of the Gothic Kingdom. In the Middle Ages, Toledo was again the capital of Spain until the 1500s, when Madrid took over. Because of this long history, Toledo is called the City of Three Cultures. Christians, Muslims, and Jews all lived here together for hundreds of years. That's why you can still find cathedrals, mosques, and synagogues here all in the same city. Toledo was also famous for its steel. For centuries, the city's blacksmiths made swords and armor that were well known all over Europe. Even today, Toledo's swords are sold in shops as collectibles and movie replicas. Toledo's location also made it powerful. It sits high on a hill with the Tagus River around it on three sides. This made the city easy to defend, so kings and armies wanted it as their capital. So when you arrive, you might want to go to the tourist office and get some information on Toledo. And you can also ask for a map that tells you which sites you can go to. For example, right there. And you might want to get some recommendations from the employees there because there's some sites you don't want to miss. If you visit Toledo, there are some really important places you have to see. One of them is the Alcazar of Toledo. The Alcazar is a big stone fortress on the highest hill in Toledo. The word Alcazar comes from Arabic, and it means castle or fortress. A long time ago, the Romans already had a building here. Later, Spanish kings rebuilt it and used it as a royal palace. From the top, you can see the whole city and the Tagus River, so it was a perfect place for defense. In the 16th century, King Charles V rebuilt the Alcazar to look like a Renaissance palace. But over the years, parts of it were destroyed by fire and war. One famous story is from the Spanish Civil War in 1936. The Alcazar was attacked and surrounded for over 2 months, but the defenders refused to give up. Because of this, the building became a symbol of strength and resistance. Today, the Alcazar is home to the Army Museum. Inside, you can learn about Spanish military history and see weapons, uniforms, and models. It's not only a fortress, but also a place that tells the story of Spain. Look up there, you can see a lot of nets covering the ceiling. Do you know what it's for? We just asked one of the people who work here and they said that it's to keep the birds out because you wouldn't like it if there's a bunch of birds coming in and landing on you. After visiting the Alcazar, we decided to go to another important place in Toledo, the cathedral. When you look here, you might see a group of people right here. They're waiting for the guide to take them to the cathedral, the most important site in Toledo. Well, it's not really necessary to have a guide, or if you want to go by yourself, you can, but with a guide, you don't have to go in the line and you can just skip everything and you can just go in. The Cathedral of Toledo is one of the most important Gothic cathedrals in Spain. It was started in the year 1226 and it took more than 200 years to finish. That means the people who began building it never lived to see it complete. From the outside, the cathedral has tall towers and stone carvings full of details. When you go inside, it feels huge. The ceiling is so high and the stained glass windows shine with colorful light. Inside, there are more than 20 chapels, each with different decorations. One chapel even has paintings by El Greco, the famous artist who lived in Toledo. So visiting the cathedral is like walking into a history book, except the pages are made of stone and glass. After visiting the cathedral, we hopped on the tourist bus to see more of Toledo. The bus goes all around the city, so you don't miss the important spots. First, we saw the Alcazar Bridge. This stone bridge goes back to Roman times, almost 2,000 years ago. It was rebuilt in the Middle Ages, and it was one of the main ways to enter the city. When you cross it, you can see the Alcazar standing tall above the river. A little further is the San Martin Bridge. It was built in the 14th century and has big stone arches. In the Middle Ages, this was the bridge traders used to bring goods into Toledo. Today, it's also famous for its views and even for ziplining across the river nearby. The best part of the bus tour is the viewpoint called Mirador de Valle. From here, you can see the whole city of Toledo, the Alcazar, the cathedral, the walls, and the Tagus River wrapping around the hill. It's the classic view you see in postcards, and it shows why Toledo was such a strong and important city. Toledo is not only full of history, but also full of good food. In the city, you can find lots of little snacks. And we even tried tapas, small plates that let you taste many different things. It was fun to explore the streets and then stop to eat like the locals. So, Toledo has it all. Castles, cathedrals, bridges, amazing views, and tasty food. It's a city where history and everyday life come together. That's why people say Toledo is one of the most beautiful medieval cities in the world.